Okay, so in the previous video, I finished welding all this together. Made out of 2-inch thick steel, CNC'd on a torch mate from a buddy of mine. Got the width, it's about an 1/8 inch too small on both sides right now. So I'll have to face that a little bit, but it's gonna set up my boring system. Get the bars square with each other, get the mounts all welded on, and start going for size on the pins. I'm about 3mm too small. Got to go to 100mm on both sides. The bolt hole on each ear here to hold the pin in. See if we can't get it straight and true. All right, I got the bars centered up in the holes. That piece angle isn't straight, so don't worry about that. But you can just see the bars are almost perfect just by eye right here, but they measure out exactly parallel and level to each other. Bottom of bar to top of base plate, 13.5 here as well, and then 23 inches with the bar twisted right there on both sides without moving anything. And in a relatively quick time too. It didn't take 7 hours to get them plumb level and square. So we'll get the bore machine set up, start taking some light cuts. Hopefully these plasma cut bosses that I had, this hardness here, doesn't screw up my inserts. But we will see. If it does start getting a little hard, a little chatter, I'll either put another bearing in here, about right here on both sides, or I will heat up with a torch these little areas right here to just get basically anneal the hardness out of them. But I want to stay away from putting a bearing in here because that way I can have my tool go from one side all the way over to the other with the one bar. And I can put my facing head in there and not have to worry about dodging a bearing the whole time. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so center bearings, not going without them, isn't going to work. Had to add one. Amazing how much nicer it cuts. It's just a little bearing like this, cheap one, like $5 on Amazon or Supply House. I can't remember where I got it from. All right, that's great. Well, in the interest of full disclosure here, the bosses I had made and the ears I had made, I had them sized at like 97.5 millimeter to give that much to clean up. Well, the inside plates, the 1/2 inch plates I had plasmaed by someone else, I had them sized at 95. So after I get everything all lined up, these inside plates are perfect, dead level square, true to the world, true to themselves, whatever you want to call it. The bottom of this boss and the plate and the back side of, you can't see anything, back side of this one didn't want to clean up. So gonna have to oversize it 30, 40, 50 thousandths, whatever I feel comfortable with. Weld it back up, machine it back to size. Brand new part, not gonna screw around and not do it right. It sucks that I gotta weld it at all, but gonna do it right. It's a brand new part and don't want to have no problems. So sucks that we got to do it, but we're gonna do it right and we're gonna do it once. Gonna get these holes to size. I got a 100 millimeter pin over here to test fit. It's not the pin that goes in it, but it's a 100 millimeter pin. So gonna get them bored to size and get it sandblasted after we're done and get it painted, get it to our customer in the next couple days. Okay, I got the boring machine set up on the other bosses. Taking a few roughing cuts to get it round. Got the bore welder set up on this side. 035 Lincoln MIG wire. Gonna weld a quick pass in there. I'm only about 50 thousandths oversized, so it shouldn't take much, but that'll get enough to clean up and make the pins fit good. $18 and $200. Let's weld them up. Real quick pass on the motherboard, welder, running on this side to get it screwed up so I can do the same thing. Okay, got that one machined to finish size. Got this side welded, that side welded, and I'm getting ready to weld this one. I'm gonna record that on a GoPro. We'll switch over here while that's welding and pre-bore that and then machine it to size and be done with it. Started one of the recipe cuts here. I don't really know how big it is. There's always more metal on one side than on the uphill side. So doing the recipe cut here. This side's the size. I got to clean it up. I got to face all of these anyway. So get the facing head out here in a minute. Get it done. That side's welding over there. It's about a third of the way done. Okay, that's done. 4 welder is on all 4 holes. So I'll go ahead and break this all down, put it back in this box, and keep machining. All right, got this side bored to size. It is 1/2 thousandths too small for my size that I was shooting for, so that'll be perfect. I can take a flapper wheel and clean that up. And then this side was just like 1/2 thousandths too big, but I'm not really concerned about it. It's a pin fit. It's not like a bushing fit. Over here, this one's welded. It's been cooling off for a little while now, and that one's welded. That one's plenty cool. I can almost put my hand on it. Yeah, so let this cool off just a little bit longer, switch this bar over here and do the same thing. About done with this project. Put these side plates on here. I meant to do this yesterday, but I ran out of time. This support plates, the one I'm copying has those, so there'll be another one in the center too. I don't know if I want to come up to about here or just stay about the size of the plate here. Either way should be fine. I'll probably just come to the top of the weld, honestly. Have something to weld that plate to. Probably cut it out of 1 inch. I might go get the rest of the 2 inch I used to cut a piece. I haven't made up my mind yet. This is thicker and bigger than the last one, or the one that I'm copying. So I don't think we're gonna have any problems with any cracking or any overstress or anything like that. Okay, I've got everything faced. Not the perfect finish, but it will do for this application. I'm gonna start tearing it all down now, get it cleaned up, weld those side brackets on, weld the center bracket in, and go have it sandblasted for paint. Okay, I just test fitted that pin laying over on the table. It's 100 millimeter. It's out of a Caterpillar, so it fits, but that pin is bent, so it doesn't slide all the way through, but it fits in all the holes. Fits pretty good, really. Got to weld the bracket here in between and the ones on each side here for support. Probably not necessary, but the other one has it that I copied, so we're going to do it anyway. I think it turned out pretty good. A few issues along the way, but we got it. All right, everybody. This is the finished product before sandblasting and paint. 100mm pins, designed to fit a hammer on a 350p excavator. The faces didn't turn out terrible. They're not the best finish in the world, but I think it'll do for this application and for the facing head that I had. This is the mess it made. Quite a big one. Used a roll and a half of dual shield 71T, bottle and a half of C25 gas, doing all the welding, the bore welding included. So hopefully I can get some pictures or videos of the head going on the hammer, and we will add that in here. But if not, this is the end of the build here.